Hello, Tim here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to share something with you that if you've seen my previous video on how did they do it with this particular canteen, this antique wooden canteen, I left a question out there like I don't know how they made this. And it was troubling me enough that I put it out there like if anybody has an idea, and I did get one response that suggested I cut this thing in half and I could see inside. And I didn't really want to do that, so I started to look into what's called a bore scope. And this one here suited my needs here. Some of them are real expensive, some are pretty cheap, and this doesn't have like the best camera, but it gives you enough of an idea of what's inside here. And what we're going to do in this video is solve a mystery of how did they make this. So to start out with, this particular one is self-contained cord. It doesn't go real long, but it goes far enough for me. It's about 2.5 feet. What I'm seeing on my little screen in this camera thing is now plugged in and will be on the big screen so that all of you can see it. It's not fine resolution, but it's enough to get an idea. So let's go inside and see what we see. Now what I wanted to know, first of all, what I see on the walls of this, now right here, right there, is one of these nails poking through. So I'm thinking about this, that the people that drank out of this, and I don't know if the nails are copper or what, if there would be some issue there. Down here, you can see tool marks and from the lathe. Now this ring here, this tells me, now I can change the direction of this here. Alright, this probably gives the best image on both sides. So this is the front and the back, and I can tell that the front, the turning was entered in from this side, and this was hollowed out, and there was a stem going all the way out to the front there. Now if you go follow the link to a spring pole lathe, look on the link for turning a bowl on a spring pole lathe, and you'll see how they did that back probably before the Civil War period. And it's still being done by some people that do it as a art form and for entertainment. And I'll link someone that's a friend of mine that does bowl turning. And one of the features that you can tell an old bowl that's been turned on a pole lathe is this uneven surface here. So that stuck out, and when it was all done, that was just broke off there. Now this side here, I can tell, I'm going to back this out a little bit, and there, that's probably a good, there's a nail there, one up there. So this tells me that this was a plug that was put in here. So one side underneath, I'll take this off for now, and we'll shut this off for now. So inside here, it was entered into and turned out, and then that little stem was broke off, and then a plug was put in the face of it. And it's covered all up by this leather piece, but you can see the nails sticking through, and the turn marks on the inside. Now over time, I think as I described, this had shrunk, but my mystery is solved that how this would have been done, because it is possible that I didn't know how to do something like this all out of one piece of wood, but it was entered into on one side and then turned, and then a plug put in there. It's amazing to me that this thing has stayed together for as long as it has. And I guess for me anyway, I like to explore why things or how things were done, and I kind of left it hanging the last time. So that's it for this this week's episode. Mystery solved on how they got this thing on the lathe, how it was turned, and it to my satisfaction, I kind of learned something looking inside here. Hope you enjoyed that too. So we'll see you next time, and thanks for watching. And please subscribe. Check out my links below to the previous video, and we'll see you next time. Now here's what I found the most interesting. I see this area here.
Just pause. Allie's being crazy. Allie. Ow.
Get him out of here. And then the stem that was on there was snapped off. And if you go to, we got a cat here bothering us.